playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 37-yard line.
Six man. Check cross, check cross, check cross. Kill. You got that.
On second and 12, Prescott setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
45-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Back to the ground, this time Cook. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Mike 57. I got you. Zoom. Check 13. Check 13.
On third down, it's Prescott. Dancing to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. Now Jones, off the play fake. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
On the double. 22's coming, Mike. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play that time for the Titans. 44 yards on the ground. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. Slam. Under 10. Hard. Let's go.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. A gain there of 21 yards.
Ready, break. 22's coming, Mike. I'm coming after you. Shoot.
Now here's Pollard. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 8 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Down to lose one.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch him go kill.
Now a give running right. It's Cook. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Cook following the penalty. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. 26.
From the 39, Prescott. Smith catches left side. 16 yards, a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. They run, Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 36.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen, because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 23 here on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They run again on first down. Cook. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, it's Cook. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here we go. 50 seconds to mine.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Jones now, operating from the gun. There goes a deep ball, end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Hey, pick up. Now.
Here's Jones. Throwing again. And he hits the running back, Dion Lewis. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be from 49 yards out. And this one is right down Broadway. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Tony Pollard, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score.
Vikings 10.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On the carry, it's Cook. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here we go. Line in. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On second down, Cook. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. They'll try to throw now. Prescott setting up the screen for Miller. There he goes inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. 16 yards, a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On the ground, it's Cook. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let him know.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Again, it's Cook. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch the ship.
Now a run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter. So we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Jones, off play action. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Throwing Jones. He's going deep for Brown. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That's good for the Vikings. First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, it's Cook. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Cook. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Miller. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown. But no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Rock it. Ready?
They try again with Lewis. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Watch the whip.
Leo. Like, shoot.
Now Lewis here on first down. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Alert 3.
Look, squeeze.
Alert 3. Check nickel.
Go out.
Shoot.
They run. This is Lewis. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Check right. Greystone, travel. No. Sit.
A 2nd down run with Lewis. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense.
Look at me. Go.
He'll try to run for it. Lewis. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This is Lewis. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will finally be taken down at the Titans' 26. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
It's 2nd and 2 at the 16-yard line.
An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. Now Cook. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. They get it to him running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Check 13. Check.
We're going to 54, 126.
Give to Cook out of the gun. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me.
Let's go.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
Check 26. Check 26.
Now a give right side. Cook. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. A give. This is Cook. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? A toss to Cook. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
You better break. I'm letting you know.
We're going to 54. 26.
Handoff comes to Cook, and he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage, and time is going to expire in this football game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Minnesota, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Titans, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.